Hello, my lovely angels. Welcome back to the Skinny Dip podcast. Take two. Even
We
though,
why is that? Why does that happen to us?
I don't know.
Anyways,
Sorry guys, we had a little bit of a technical difficulties this morning, so we are re-recording. We only lost 11 minutes I think we were recording for.
yeah, I wouldn't even say the 11 was that good anyway.
Yeah, you really didn't miss much.
No,
You
didn't.
It's honestly better if Brianna and I get a little bit of I wouldn't say they're jitters. I don't know if we necessarily get nervous to record anymore, but just
I think sometimes we get a little annoyed with each other.
oh, you and I?
Yeah.
Annoyed? Yeah,
Maybe
sometimes
not annoyed is the word, but jet lagged.
jet lagged. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, all right. I'm going to crawl back in my hole now. I don't know.
No, I would say I don't wouldn't say annoyed. I think we're just
Exactly. What is that word? What is that? Is that word in your oracle cards? Like, what is that word?
Okay, oracle. I think we just are like, okay, your podcasting is interesting because you're just like, we're both doing our own lives like in the morning or whenever right before we're recording, and then to like get everything ready and like hit record, like it's not that we're putting on anything, but it is kind of like it's a switch in mindset a little bit.
Totally. It's a total switch in mindset. Yeah. Because even sometimes when you don't want to talk to someone and then we plan to record, like we have to talk to each other. We like talking to each other, but it takes a minute to
it's
that
similar
switchy.
It's similar to like going to the gym where it's like it's harder the process of getting there than actually doing it.
Agreed. 100%.
Because as soon as we start recording, I'm like, oh, this is so fun. Like, why am I like dreading?
Oh my God, you dread it?
I don't dread it, but some days I'm just like, if you have a lot going on in the morning and you're stressed about something else, and then it's like, you don't want that to like come through when we're talking to each other. So
yeah, but here we are, take two.
Maybe
welcome back.
They don't even know it's take two. They're
they
like,
have
what
no
the
idea.
fuck is this?
Yeah, they're like, shut up and just keep going. Welcome back to the Skinny Dip podcast with Nene and Brizzle. It's just, I don't know, some like fun names.
Did you have a nickname, or were you called like Brie?
Growing up?
Yeah.
My sisters call me Bernard, and they call me Bert, and they call me
weird.
So Bernard.
Remember, I went through a phase where I was calling you Brie Cheese for a while.
Yeah, what was that? Why were you like that?
I don't know.
Nicknames are so weird because I always, for me, whatever the first thing out of my mouth when I meet you or like casually speaking with you, like whatever that nickname is, that sticks. Like it doesn't matter what it is. It's the first thing out of my mouth. It just
you call me Nay sometimes. I like that. That's been
I do call you Nay.
I was definitely like Nene growing up for a bit, but I never really liked it. It made me. I was like, oh, I don't want to be a Nene.
Well, that makes me think of like the Whip song where it's like, now watch me whip, now watch me Nene.
Yeah.
Which like it's funny because if you think of the dance move Nene, that's not Renee. That's actually it might be a little bit her, but it's not her. Like she's
oh my God.
She's not Nene. Are you going to read us an oracle card today?
Yeah, I guess
I think we should read the oracle card. Are they not oracle cards?
What is an oracle card?
I think oracle cards are like sentimental cards that
I've never heard.
Oh, hold on. Am I making that up? Oracle cards.
I think
it is a thing.
Oh,
a good way to dip your toe into the spirituality and to communicate with the universe in ways that work for you. So I guess it just means whatever you get. I don't know what that means, but
yeah, because I wonder, because it almost came up, there was something that came up like tarot cards, which this is not tarot cards.
These are just motivationals. But I think I see again with the nicknames. I like oracle cards, so it's what I'm going to call it.
No, it's fine. You can call it that. But if anybody is interesting, it's the mindful affirmations. It's actually the same. The company is called Intelligent Change. It's the same company that made the 5-minute journal.
Very well.
So anyway,
diversifying their products.
Yeah. All right. So this week's card is I put my energy into things that matter to me. That's good. I love that. I think it's good for this week's episode too.
I think so too, because this is going to be an interesting episode because we're either going to be honest or we're not.
Oh, I'm going to be honest. I'm always honest. Are you not?
No. But sometimes I think being honest with ourselves is different than like me calling you out. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like you can
Well, we
think you're
all know
being
you
honest
love
with
to do that.
I do. I don't people shouldn't tell me things, really.
No.
I think I do it in a loving manner though. I wouldn't say I'm like a hyena searching for prey, but
I don't know. Depends. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Okay, well that was fantastic. I loved that. Do you have a recommendation? And just so you know, I'm sitting pretty at 82.
Oh, perfect.
Do you
Okay.
have a recommendation?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So, and it's not necessarily a recommendation. It's more of a, it can't even be a product review yet. It's more of like a, what was I calling it? Like a first impression of a
Okay.
product.
Like an unboxing.
An unboxing kind of, but
Okay.
I've only been using it for a week, so it's really just first impressions. We're getting to know each other. So I did get the Aura Ring.
Okay.
And if you're not familiar with what the Aura Ring is, it's a recovery tracker. It's not necessarily a fitness tracker. It tracks your readiness, which is, I guess, like how your body recovered and how ready you are as far as activity for that day. Your sleep, and then it does track your activity, but I still use an Apple Watch. So it's very expensive, and it's something that I was interested in for a few different reasons. One of them being just like interested in my sleep recovery.
Okay.
And then also I haven't done this yet, but you can track your cycles naturally using the Aura Ring because it takes your temperature. And it's called I think the app is called like Natural Cycles or something
I've
like
seen
that.
a lot about that.
And it's highly effective. It's like 98 or 99% effective if used properly. So anyway, I'm really interested in that as well. So I've used it. I got it since last week Friday, so I've used it for a little bit over a week now. In my initial review on it is that I like it. I think it's pretty interesting. I do look forward to seeing my readiness and my sleep score when I wake up in the morning. But I'm also a little weary about these types of devices because I don't want to become like obsessed in a way that I'm like, oh, well, my sleep score has to be a certain amount, or I need to do this or I need to do that to like have a certain score, or, like be optimal. And if I'm not optimal, then I'm not going to like, I don't know, like you still need to listen to your body because it's been interesting because again, I still don't think I've been wearing it enough, but
are you supposed to wear it 24/7?
Yeah, so I do. I mean, I haven't. Okay. My point is, I don't think I've worn it long enough.
Okay, got
it's
it.
only been a week, so it's just I've only really noticed maybe slight differences because when you get a good night's sleep versus when you don't. So it's still interesting to be like, huh, I wonder why I got an 84 on my sleep score and a 92 the other day, but I feel relatively the same. So anyway, I just want to go into a little bit because it is interesting as far as the sleep, what it tracks. If anybody's like interested in like the more detailed portions of it, but it tracks your total sleep, so how long you slept for, your efficiency, which I guess that's kind of like the percent in which you stayed asleep versus your awake time. So how many times were you waking up in the middle of the night? It also tracks your restfulness, how long you were in REM for, how long you were in deep sleep for, your latency, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, which is how long it took you to fall asleep, and then overall timing. So how long were you asleep for?
Right.
And, it gives you these really interesting little bar graphs that shows you like how, when were you in deep sleep? How often did you move? How many times did you go into REM? Just It even tracks your heart rate while you're sleeping. So, what was your lowest heart rate? What was your average heart rate while you were sleeping? Just really, really interesting. Um, I'm not like a super, I do like data, but people who like love data, like this probably like is a data junkie's like
What dream?
literally.
Yeah.
Because if I like it, I can only imagine if you're like obsessed with data. But yeah, I mean, I would say I'm pretty I like it. I'm neutral to it. I'm not going to be I don't want to become like super intense with it, but
Mhm.
I do find it very interesting. So,
I think
do
it's
you
interesting that they all have to be on everyone seems to wear it on the same finger. Is that like a rule?
Hmm. So that is interesting too because I got so this is a size 6, which my ring finger on my right hand is a size 6. On
Mhm.
my left hand is a size 5. Like my hands are so different. Like my dominant hand is so much bigger. It's wild.
Separate conversation.
No, it's true that your dominant hand typically is bigger because it's I guess like a little bit more muscular.
Active.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's weird.
I guess it makes sense.
But it only fits on my ring finger, so I did have to kinda, like, move around my rings a little bit.
Oh,
My
so they don't tell you what finger it has to be on.
they don't. All they tell you is there's a little indent in the back of the ring, and there's these 3 little I don't even
Mhm.
know what the hell these are, these little things that you're supposed to have, like, kind of facing towards your palm. So that's all they really said. I think maybe like these 3 fingers, so your pointer, your middle, and your index are probably the most optimal. I think I read not to wear it on your thumb, which that would be kind of weird
It's kind of
anyway.
bulky to wear on your thumb anyway.
It is kind of bulky. That I didn't imagine it being as big and bulky as it
Yeah,
is.
it definitely is a very noticeable presence. I feel like anytime I watch a TikTok or anything like that and I see someone have it, it's very nonchalant. Like it's obvious what
Yeah, and
it is.
I don't know. I just wasn't expecting to be as big as it is, and I have
Mhm.
like generally, I would say my hands are pretty
Tiny. Yeah.
small and my fingers are pretty small. So, like, I just felt like I was like, oh, whoa, like this is.
We got an intruder here. Oh
But
no.
yeah, but I've always felt like anytime you wear, like, there's something about getting new rings, you kind of feel like a little weird. But so I
Yeah.
do feel a lot more comfortable with it after like wearing it for a week. But
So let me ask you this. When after a while after you track all your sleep and just hypothetically say you get like garbage reviews for your sleep. Your sleep is trash, your REM sleep is 5 minutes, your deep sleep is 3 minutes. Like do they give you like a support line? Like what are you
I
supposed to
know.
do with that? You know what I mean? Like do they just give you this information say good luck or they provide support?
There is like they do
Like what does
kind of
that
like
do?
send you like little notifications during the day. It's similar to an Apple Watch, how an Apple Watch would be like, okay, time to stand. You know what I mean?
Because like
So
really when you go to sleep there's nothing else you can do unless you like take something, but I don't know if you like hypothetically if a person never gets into a deep sleep or whatever sleep you need, like how do you fix that? Because you can't fix how you sleep.
yeah, I mean
That's so interesting.
there are some interesting fixes you can do. I did get I find sleep like really interesting. So I mean there's like a few different tricks you can do to like help you get into deeper sleep.
Mhm.
Like one would be like we make our apartment really, really cold to go to sleep. So that
Mhm.
does help you too. And like, circadian rhythms, connecting
What
to
is
light, all
really
that kind of stuff.
cold?
But
Like what temperature is really cold?
69.
Oh, I put mine in 68 to go to bed too.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah,
And
even during the winter, I'll like dock down the heat to like 68.
that's good because I mean, and it gets like really, really cold in here. Our old apartment, like the air conditioning just wasn't as strong, so we literally have to put it down to like 65, and it would probably be like the same temperature. So it was weird,
Mm.
but
Mm.
um, I don't know. There are a few things you can do, but anyway, it's just uh, I'm not gonna say like go out and buy it, but if you're interested and it's something that I mean, I really want to do it to track my cycles too, as far
Mhm.
as fertility. I'm interested in doing that. Um, to either like not get pregnant or to get pregnant. You
Mhm.
can use it for that or like it helps with that. I just haven't I'm on the free trial right now. I think you get a free trial for a month, but it is a subscription in addition to it. You have
Mm.
to pay for, which is interesting because the Apple Watch you don't. pay monthly for.
No.
You just get everything with it. So
can't you use the natural cycles thing? I think you can also, like, wrapping up this, but I think you can also use the natural cycles thing without the ring.
You can.
You don't need the ring, but I think you still, I clicked on it recently because I was like just curious, and you still have to pay for a subscription. And I don't think it's cheap.
No, I think it's like either I think it was $5 a month, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. I just haven't set it up yet. But the only thing is I did try to do that once, like the tracking natural cycles, but you have to get a fertility, like a specific type of thermometer, and you literally have to do it the second you wake up at the same time every day. And like
that also gives me I guess I would probably thrive at that, because even if, like, I don't know, I think that'd probably be easy for me, but that is kind of a lot of pressure. The same single time every single day.
Yeah, and like there's so many, because it tracks your temperature to the 10th decimal point or something like that. It's like more specific because it's only a little bit that your body is changing in temperature when you're like ovulating or when you have your period or whatever it is. So the ring knows to do it right at the same time when you're like not moving and this and that. So it's a little bit easier. But for me personally, I'm definitely very intrigued to do that. So
very well. I'm excited to hear your journey with that.
Yeah, sorry. I know that was like a long convo.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of long, but that's okay, because maybe someone else wants to.
Yeah, if somebody else is interested in it, then there you go.
My recommendation this week, I honestly thought of one and then I forgot to write it down. So we're gonna have to circle back to that at maybe a later episode.
It's totally fine.
So I'll just tell you one that I actually do use all the time, and I feel like it's a very basic white girl play, but like my Stanley Cup. I love my Stanley. I use it all the time. It's indestructible in the sense of it's very bulky. It's very obvious what it is. It's very heavy. But I stay very hydrated with it. So
what do you think it is about the Stanley versus just like a Stanley dupe? Do you think it has to be the $70 Stanley? Because they're not cheap.
They're not cheap, and full transparency, I did not buy this myself. My mom has a million Stanleys, so she just keeps buying them because she just that's what she does. So I was actually gifted this and all the Stanleys we have. I don't know if it's like the bottom part that can go in the. I don't really know.
I just know it's gotten.
It's a little controversial for a cup.
Controversial? What do you mean? Why?
I just feel like people have really strong opinions about it. Like they either really love their Stanley and they're like diehard Stanley, or hate their Stanley and they're like, that's garbage for paying $70, which I would agree. That's probably not part of my budget, but that's something we can discuss in this episode, is where I flounder and where I'm excelling. So yeah. we can circle back to that in a minute.
God.
I did have one. Maybe I'm going crazy today. I feel like I have all these thoughts, but they're just like not coming out. They're just dissipating. I feel like I did have one random thought, but okay. This morning I was driving. I feel like it always comes back to the road, like the rules of the road, like the dangers of the road. It's just dangerous. It's a dangerous territory. Why is the bike lane on the outside of the turning lane? Like, okay, you're in a lane, and just say there's a lane, and then sometimes there's like a little bike lane, and then there's the turning lane. Like, why is a turning lane? Why do you have to go through the bike lane to get to the turning lane?
Okay, yeah, we actually have one of those like right where I run, and it's so dangerous.
It should not be that way. It should be the opposite way.
Yeah, I mean the bike lanes in general, like I have been like I have wanted to get on a bike and just become a bike girl, like outside, like a real, like not just like I'm on like a cute bike. Like I want the aero bars. Like I want to be like a biker. I don't know. I don't know.
God,
I don't know.
So interesting. I would never I love Soul Cycle, but I would never be like, I'm a biker.
No,
I want to be a biker.
I want to join like the biking community, but
oh God,
I won't do it because I'm so scared of getting hit by a car.
Yeah,
like, I'm literally terrified.
And honestly, I feel like it causes a lot of anger on drivers, because whenever there's a huge herd of cyclists in front of me, I'm like, I gotta be honest, you're causing a backup. And I know we have to share the road. Everyone's share the road. The road. Sharing is loving. Yeah, but like at some point it's just dangerous. And I gotta be
No, I
honest,
know. People don't like the well,
I just think maybe biking belongs on trails. I do. And I understand like one or two people, but when you have like 16, 20, 30 people and it's a one-way road and things are getting backed up, like that's also really
no, I know.
dangerous.
I know the road biking, it really does. It kind of freaks me out. But because even, with Alex's profession, like being a cop, he has told me so many. Maybe that's why. Also, like his profession like gives me so much more anxiety because
Yeah.
he does have to like know like where the limit is in telling me stories about
I think
things.
he's still learning that limit.
But yeah, the cyclists,
Mm,
I've heard some really terrible stories. So it just kind of freaks me out. But yeah, it is
yeah.
weird. We have that same thing where like and the bikers, like they're hardcore. Like they
Oh,
literally
yeah.
they don't
Mhm.
really look when
No.
they're like crossing and they
No.
kind of just like wave their hand and I'm like, "Oh my god, you were really close to just getting destroyed by a car." So
Yeah. And that also just I just don't I also have my own personal experiences with that type of stuff and I don't no. I
mm.
think we belong on cyclists belong on sidewalks. People belong on sidewalks. Um,
And then cars belong on roads.
Unfortunately, yes. I got to be honest. A car's like 6,000 pounds. You're like 150.
I
It's
don't
just not
know.
it. It's not it.
I do want to do it, but
Maybe at a different time.
You can
Um.
you can set it up, like, you can set up a bike, like, in your house, like, on a track, like, you don't have to.
So next week, Renee's going to tell us how she has a
Yeah, I know.
indoor bike pad
I
because
probably will.
I called her out on it before, but Renee and I just had a very honest conversation about, our spending habits. And that was probably 2 weeks ago. And not to roast Renee, but in true me fashion, I will. We now have the Aura Ring. We have the bike pad. She's getting a new outdoor set. So I think there's some confusion about budgeting. Do you feel that way?
The outdoor set I did purchase with my own money, and I got an amazing deal on it. It was $220.
Did you buy it new?
Yeah.
Oh, you did end up buying it.
I
Did the
searched
girl ever answer on offer up?
She did, but after I already
Oh.
purchased it. So I was like, but
It's tricky. It's a tricky game,
just
that
like
offer up.
a little trick is that if you find something like, so I found this like outdoor set. I think I found it on Bed Bath and Beyond, and they were selling it for like almost $400. It's just
So
like a 3-piece, like two outdoor chairs and like a little table.
Mhm.
And I just Googled the name of the set, and there's like 15 other places that sell this freaking
Yeah.
set. And I got it for like $200 off of Home Depot.
It's really
The
not
same
bad.
exact set. So
It's not
yeah,
terrible.
but no, I understand. But the ring and the walking pad were
With
they were
points.
they were worth points, and not, they were essentially a gift, kind of like Alex did
Sorry.
purchase them for
Oh
me.
God, we're nowhere near her birthday. We're nowhere near any type of milestone that would grant a gift. But I'm happy for you. I'm curious to see how this progresses for you. We are
Yeah, let's
keeping. I was gonna say we're keeping everyone accountable. We're doing a mid-year check-in. So whether you're like Renee and maybe have a huge 5-page bullet point note of everything you want to accomplish in this next year, or you're like me and you're like, I'll just accomplish what comes to me. We're doing a mid-year check-in. We're keeping ourselves accountable. We're seeing where we're thriving, where we're barely surviving. Because I feel like we're halfway through the year, which is jarring and gives me so much anxiety. Like when the months pass really, really quickly, it gives me a lot of anxiety.
I would 100% agree with that.
A lot of anxiety. And I don't know if it's just because I don't know what it is, but something about the fact that it's like, oh, we're almost here, we're almost here, we're here, we're here. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, last night I was almost like having like, you ever like before you're falling asleep, like some nights more than others, you just kind of have these racing thoughts. You don't have racing thoughts?
Not really. Sometimes, but not like often enough.
God.
This is why she has the ring, folks. It's gonna pick up on this type of stuff.
Last night I was just having like racing thoughts, and I was like, oh my God, I felt like I had so much to do, and like it was just like one of those times where I was like, oh my God, December's tomorrow, and I'm like, no, stop, like I don't want to.
It's so wild to me, and that's why we're doing a mid-year check-in with this episode. So whether you like I said, you wrote something down or you didn't, let's keep ourselves accountable. Let's just put it all on the table. Let's just see if there's something we want to add to the list go forward or not. or not? Yeah, I already know where I stand with my list. So, do you want to kick off a point that you mentioned earlier in the year, Renee, that you're like, let's see where we're at with that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hit us off strong.
Should we start with like ones that we did do? Or should we
Sure. I can tell you my list is going to be 0.
Okay.
I also don't really think this year I kept like a list. I know I have certain things that I have thought I was going to do, and some things that got added to my plate and I am doing. So
yeah, that's good.
Guide us in the direction that you deem best.
This is always nice to kind of just
this is we can check in.
Maybe like rejig it a little bit because some things I don't care about anymore. Which is interesting.
Let's hear it.
Okay, well, one thing that I'm really proud of that I did do and it got a big green check that it's done is I wanted to get up to date with all doctor's appointments. And I'm very proud to say that I have literally gotten up to date with every single doctor that you could probably think of.
Congratulations, sister.
Thank you so much.
Happy for you.
Thank you. And she's healthy. So, well, for the most part. I mean, we did find out a few things, but it's nothing
not manageable.
No. So, it was just great. So, that was a big one for me.
Okay.
With my health anxiety. So,
I will piggyback off that and say something I don't think was on my list, but was on my like, oh, you've been needing to do this list, is to find a primary care doctor. So I also have done that, did that recently. She's pretty healthy. She's got some high levels in some things, but we're that poodle that's just continuing on. So that wasn't on my list. It was in the back of my head to do, but she's done. So small check for us. Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Excited for myself.
Yeah, I did like a few different
let's just riddle off what you feel. Mm-hmm.
This is all under health and fitness. And this also got a big green check for me is try running again.
No, good.
Preferably outdoors. So we've been doing that. Mm-hmm. It was surprisingly not on my 2023 intentions list. I have to look back when I actually decided to run the marathon. I don't know, but I don't think it was I didn't write it down as a goal. So we're exceeding expectations in that one. So pop off for me.
One of the other ones that I guess, how do I say this? I wrote it on my like what I did in 2022. And I think I've really taken it to a next level in 2023 unintentionally.
Okay.
It was really lean into the maintenance. And I think at this point in time, I can confidently say at the mid-year point of, the calendar year, we are high in the maintenance. Okay. We're high in the maintenance category. I would love to come down a little. I would love to like maybe take a step back and be like, let's save some money. Let's bop a few things back, but I'm still high in the maintenance category. So I think maybe that's something I could work on. I don't know if I want to work on it, but it is exhausting sometimes. So I think I would like to pedal that back.
Like in personal care maintenance?
Yeah. Personal care maintenance.
Mm-hmm. Beauty and all that stuff. I mean,
yeah. Because I'm looking at other areas of laser to get. I sometimes I don't know when to pump the brakes. So
it's hard. I understand
it is hard.
that.
Yeah. So I'm definitely floundering in that.
Okay, let's see here. I'm going to continue still under my health and fitness.
Okay.
So I also have a goal to hit 250 SoulCycle classes, which I do think I will accomplish. I'm at 213 right now.
Yeah, you'll probably accomplish it.
So that one's, she's in the mix.
Okay. That's fantastic. I wrote down one, but I honestly don't think it's possible for me to achieve at this point in the year because I just don't think the business model fits me.
Okay.
But Club Pilates. Okay. Renee and I talked about this a while ago. I want to be a Pilates girly. I would like to incorporate that. I like the reformer. I like bouncing on it. I like doing these little pulses. It's a nice change of pace, right? Club Pilates does not allow you to get spots. Like, you have to fight tooth and nail to get a spot in any class, even on like 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. So I would love to become a Pilates girly again, but the odds are against me, I think, for that one.
Are there other studios you could go to?
I was like trying to look up other studios, and they have Club Pilates has other studios in my area, and I was also trying to find other um like Pilates studios that aren't Club Pilates, but also everything's so expensive. And I also think that's kind of ties into one of my things is I don't think I should be spending $1 million going to Club Pilates.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's just, I mean, I love the group fitness classes, and like even Soul Cycle call for what it is. Like, we love Soul, but there's no reason why I should be paying $40 for a class.
Well, I guess you could.
I don't even get anything out of it. I don't get a water bottle.
You could do like there's a lot of YouTube, like mat Pilates, like on YouTube for free. It's not, obviously you can't do the reformer, but
I think it's also just, I don't know. I would love to get back into it. So maybe there's some way I could figure out how to make that work.
Okay, well, I had go to Equinox at least 2 times a week. But we've canceled our Equinox membership, which really, it's like, okay, go to Equinox at least 2 times a week. It's more like, I want to reframe this, so I'm going to reframe my goal, and it's going to be strength train at least 2 times a week. That was really what I wanted to do at Equinox, which I don't need to do that there. Strength train.
Yeah, she's just gonna update her list quickly right here.
At least. Well, okay, also let me say this. I said this to you off the pod. But a good thing to think about with goal keeping is set a minimum for yourself and a maximum. So like, ideally, I would love to strength train multiple times a week, like 4 or 5 times. Like, nothing crazy. Even just like small body weight movements for 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day. But if that's not ideal, instead of just being like, oh, well, if I can't do it that much, I'm not going to do it at all, you can set a minimum. So what I'm saying is I want to at least do it 2 to 3 times a day. I mean, a week.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, at max, like, I would love to do it more, but you also have to be a little bit realistic.
Another one on my list, I know I said it on the podcast, was to eat intentionally. I haven't done that. So I'm gonna mark that as a no. I think when I said that, I meant eat intentionally, meaning really everything I eat to try to make sure it's something that's truly, truly fueling my body. So whether it's 6 pieces of grilled chicken, that's extreme, but like, and a thing of rice and a nice fresh veggie melody, like, or medley, whatever it is. Haven't done that at all. So yeah, I will get the meals. Like, I'll get like meal prepped meals, and I'll eat those, but I haven't really done that. But one thing that did get added to my list was, based on the results of the Everlywell test, I kind of have removed a lot of certain things from my diet, like soy and wheat. And I think that has made a difference in my eating because I don't feel as inflamed, and I know my skin has been really a lot happier.
Yeah.
But I don't think I achieved my goal. So I'm going to continue to try to just eat intentionally and really just fuel my body with stuff that it needs. But I gotta be honest, like, I don't have them because I'm sure it has a bunch of stuff I can't eat, but like, I love a good Pop-Tart, and I that's not really eating intentionally. So
yeah, so just like having more nutrient dense.
Yeah, just like like truly fueling my body, because I hate to sound cliche, but your body is how it looks because of what you eat.
I know, they say it really is.
It is. You
like
can't
80% food or something.
Yeah, like you really can't work off a bad diet.
Yeah.
Which is true. So, not saying that that was my goal. I think I just was trying to see if I was more intentional with it, if I could see physical changes within myself. So, I kind of took a detour on that one. Um, that's okay. We're gonna keep her on the list. I think it's important to keep that on the list.
That's great. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think food, it's for me personally, like, I want food to make me satiated. Let me say for
What does that mean?
like that I enjoy it. Like
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
Very
want
well.
it to be something that's just I'm forcing myself to eat brown rice, chicken, and broccoli. You know what I mean? Just to like
No,
I
and I
want
don't
it to
yeah.
be something that like is it's actually something that I kind of am refocusing on, and I could probably figure out how I want to frame it, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
Um but I agree, like I want my foods to be very like nutrient dense, but also something that I want to eat and I'm excited to eat.
Yeah.
And for like skin reasons, I was really good about before like really limiting processed foods and my dairy intake.
Mhm.
And we've done a little bit of a back turn on that as far as the
I was
dairy.
gonna say processed foods you don't really eat,
I
but
don't I
dairy
really don't eat processed foods really at all.
right.
But dairy I do, and I'm just interested to see if I can limit, honestly, not even limit. I want to take out dairy. I don't drink cow's milk, but I do eat cheese. And I'm interested to see if that is what's because I just I truly cannot deal with acne anymore. It is literally I have dealt with having hormonal acne for 10 years now, which is insane. And I've gotten my hormones checked. I've tried so many different skincare routines, so many different supplements, changed my diet. So I don't at this point, like I truly don't know what I can do.
I'm laughing because, like, I know the sense of defeat when you're like, "I have tapped out of everything I could
No,
possibly
I
tap
really
out of."
I'm like tapping out. I've changed
Yeah.
I don't use all of my products are clean products as far as makeup. Like
Mhm.
honestly, if anybody is has any advice or wants to let me know what they do if they've dealt with this, let me know. I just ordered the Clear Stem vitamin, the
Oh,
hormone.
I love that.
It's
Oh, the hormonal, the pills.
the pills. It's
Okay.
supposed to be a natural um they compare it to Accutane, but natural
That makes
form of
sense.
Accutane.
Makes
Because
sense.
Accutane scares the shit out of me. But honestly,
Um,
at this point, like I'm like, I don't want to even. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent
a
because
little bit, but it's alright, pop off.
it's not that crazy. It's not like I have full blown acne all over my face. It's just like I get these hormonal cystic pimples, at least one or two of them on my chin, and they're there forever.
They just plant themselves down and they don't move.
Forever.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's just
yeah.
I'm at a loss. I do not know what to do anymore. So I'm putting myself on a little bit of I don't want to say detox because that sounds so
It sounds
intense.
really intense when you
And
say
I'm
that, but
not trying to be like so intense because then it's like I start thinking about I don't want to become like disordered in my thoughts with food. But
agreed.
I do think for me, my body, I guess for whatever reason, is very sensitive to certain things and I don't
Mhm.
know what it is, but I also did find out that spicy food can increase inflammation in your body and inflammation can cause acne. And I literally when I tell you breakfast, lunch and dinner and a snack is spicy for me. I love spicy food. So I'm also trying to it's really hard.
It's hard. It's so hard, and honestly, when it comes to skin stuff and, like, testing things to see what works for your body and doesn't, it's probably one of the most defeating things
Mm,
because you have to try something for X amount of period of time, and then if it doesn't work, you're like, "Okay, I just wasted a month, and that did absolutely nothing for me." So, our hearts are with anyone who's going through that because it just
God, it's
blows.
just so I just am
Terrible.
like anyway, so I got I'm gonna make some like nourish bowl kind of thing, sort of like with veggies and sweet potato and quinoa and like
Mhm.
no like I'd love to use like a Caesar dressing that has milk in it. It's dairy,
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I've changed out the dressing. Like I'm just gonna try to make these changes and see what happens in the next couple of months and try these clear stem things, and
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Yeah,
because
circle back
it's
to
just
us.
becoming, this is like a new goal for me, so it's really just annoying as shit.
Yeah, it's not cute. It's not a cute time. So I feel you on that one. Was that one on your list?
It wasn't on my list, but it's on it now.
Oh, okay.
Because I had like continue following 80-20 rule with food, which is like 80% of the time I'm like intentional, if you want to speak with like the food choices I'm making, and 20% I don't care. And I don't want to get rid of that mindset because I love that mindset, but
Yeah.
just for a little bit, we're so gonna be like very intense
90-10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's we're excited to hear your journey on that one. Okay. This one hurts. This one hurts a little.
Go.
I really wanted to get a grip on my finances. Now,
yeah.
I say that with a loose sword. I have a grip on my finances, right? Like I'm not out here buying Lamborghinis. Like we know what we can afford.
That's a little drastic, but yeah.
I don't know what I spend my money on each month, even though I do. Like somehow money just flies out of my wallet. So I really wanted to be more adulty with that and kind of get my shit together. It's going to be on the list still. So it's going to be on the list.
I love that.
It's going to stay on the list. There's no reason for it to be off the list. Anyone who's a salaried employee who does not have their own business, I feel you. I feel your pain. I'm with you. So finances is remaining on my list to shape up.
I almost feel like I need to like whatever. Like I need to do like a top part of like my main priorities. I have so many that it's like a little bit.
Well, that's maybe some of your mid-year check-in should be reduce some of your priorities. Because we could not be more different. Like I probably have like one or two more max.
Oh, I could go on for hours, and I will not with everybody. I won't.
Thank you. We
Spiral
appreciate
with
that.
people. But this is these are some of these things. These are some new things that I'm like wanting to like bring into the second half of the year, and it kind of goes along with what you're saying with finances. But I want to become more organized within the admin of my life.
Okay.
So, example is my email, like my personal email. I clear it out every day, but I get so much junk in there.
Yeah, hit that unsubscribe button.
It's the unsubscribe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's organizing my personal files. Where's your passport? Where's your social security card? Is it in the right place? Are you moving it around? You know? Like, just like those kinds of things.
Right.
I'm also like, I have 2 names right now. So like I've been changing my name. So my social security card says Botello, but my passport says DeRoy. I would like to maybe like become my name, I guess. So have that be more organized. I have a tendency to just kind of like I want everything in my home to have a place. So just kind of like just overall like just become a little bit more. I become a little laissez-faire, a little messy,
a little loose,
a little
loose.
So I just kind of want to like tighten it up.
Sure,
you know,
just don't we all
just bring it all together.
Yep.
So I don't really know what you want to call that. But just like overall,
I think you just need to overall adult a little stronger.
Yes. You know what? I really think
just adult a little harder.
I mean, I'm 28 years old, right? Like we're adults. But I think like again, that's why last week I told you like my word for this week is discipline. And I have to say like I have been a lot more disciplined with my choices and actions. Like she's been getting up at 5:30 like ready to go, like getting shit done, but we got to continue it. Like,
well, I think that's the biggest thing.
Discipline train
right now. I still think you're on the motivation train a little because I think we're still on week 1. I think you're probably going to continue into week 2, and then I foresee you week 2.5, 3 probably starting to really want to lose that steam, and that's when you pull in the discipline and the adulting.
Yeah, the adulting.
Yeah.
It's just like really holding yourself accountable to all of these little things that we have to do as adults.
And I want to send a friendly reminder to all of our United States friends. If you have student loans, they're restarting. I don't know why I said it like that. They're restarting in October. So hit that budget, hit that adult context, and you make sure you have money for those bills because it's about to come out.
The student loans.
The student loans. Yeah, she's not listening to me. The student loans.
Sorry.
Yeah, so make sure you add that to your adult list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal. I'm gonna hit you with my last one.
Go.
And I just would like to say, this is a disclaimer to Renee. So if you're not Renee, everyone else can just ignore this part. It does not pertain to you. This is a safe place, Renee. Okay. So what I'm about to say, don't get your
let's go.
Don't get your butt. You don't even know what I'm gonna say.
I already know what you're gonna say.
No, you don't. You have no idea.
I have to readjust. Go.
You have no idea what I'm gonna say.
No, go.
Exactly. If everyone's not Renee, listen away. It's gonna get nasty in a second. I think I need to
go. No, say it. Do you see my eyes? Why are they watering?
They're either watering or they're twitching. We need to just be a little better at the dating game. Okay. She is literally about to shat her pants right now.
Like, why am I gonna cry?
I don't know. You need to back it up. You need to back it up.
Okay, sorry.
And get on your scooter and scoot away. Scoot away. I definitely need to be better at dating. I've said this to Renee. I'm not really an app person, so unfortunately, when that's my only option, I don't do it. That's it. Let's just leave it. Jesus. I don't have anything else to say. I have anything else to say. I don't want to say anything else.
Sorry. I literally was bringing tears to my eyes. I don't know why I was getting so
worked up. You're the only one getting worked up here.
I mean,
Renee gets really heated about this topic with me.
It's not heated. It's not heat. I can
feel the heat.
I'm not.
I can feel the intensity from here.
And it's not even frustration, but I think I am very understanding with you. How many times do I bring it up to you? Realistically.
I mean, you haven't brought it up recently. You don't bring it up really unless I bring it up.
And I'm not like, oh, are you going on any dates? What are you doing? I'm not bringing it up to you. I really don't. But as a good friend, I do think there's a point in time in which I need to give you a gentle shove. A gentle
shove.
A gentle push off the ledge. Like, let's go, And there's nothing wrong with not wanting to use the apps. Like, you don't have to use the apps. Like, I understand not liking it. Like, I do. But what I'm challenging her with is she has to put herself out there in some other way. So let's find a club. Let's find an outdoor hobby. Let's mix and mingle. Let's go out with friends of friends. Let's something like that, you know?
And, Renee did say this to me. She's like, why don't you go join a dodgeball group?
I don't know why dodgeball
Renee, I don't know why you think I would play dodgeball.
Or like ultimate frisbee.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Renee. Like, if you're going to say something, like, bring something good to the table. Or she's like, well, why don't you, maybe join like a hiking club? Renee, when have I ever hiked? Like, she's telling me to find these co-ed activities to do to meet a man, but then I'm like faking to do it. Like, I'm not interested.
That's
in beach volleyball.
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but that's why unfortunately, I would say the apps are probably the easiest route. Is it the most fun? No. But just in this day and age, I would say it's probably going to be your best bet. But if you want to find somebody on the app, it's a lot you have to filter through. Like, I think
that's where me being me really nails me in the back, because I'm not a patient person. That's it. I'm not a patient person. So yes. I don't like scrolling through all of them.
I get it.
Yeah, so that's on my list. I think we can safely say that will be on my list until I'm married. So, foreseeable future, it's just gonna be on my list.
I think you just need to you need to get
also, I have no friends. Okay, that's
Okay, so
that's
maybe
a
we
very rough statement. I do have friends. I have a lot of very close friends. None of my friends live in this state, except for my sister and my other sister is now moving back. So I have them. But stop saying friends of friends. You know I have no friends. And that's also my thing. I get a little frustrated with Renee because it's like, she's suggesting things, and the Lord needs to bless her soul for suggesting these activities. But I think she's just spitfiring and not
Well,
catering to the person that she's speaking to.
Well, now at this point, I'm just trying to throw something out there that maybe
Right.
will stick.
I'm not dodging a first base. You will not find me playing kickball.
Okay, well,
I was that girl in high school who like kicked it a little to the side and like jolted.
Or okay, this is maybe more realistic. When you're working from home, maybe go to a co-working space. I've suggested that before.
I don't know if there are any on Long Island. I have to look into that. I think I just need to
You need to, Brienne, I'm sorry, but you're very stuck. Like, you do the same things all the time. You're very much like a comfort zone person. You gotta just get out, Listen, I'm not trying to give you a working session. I am just trying.
I think it's important for people to hear the working sessions. It's fine.
Maybe somebody else needs to hear it. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're worse than me, tap in, friend. Let's journey this together, because
I know the dating world is not. It's not rich. It's not looking fun. It's not looking. I get it. I know it's not an easy place.
It's not it. It's not it. So actually, if anyone's listening and you're in the New York area and you know someone who may know someone, or you know someone, send them my way, because it's myself and 2 of my other sisters are single. So
she's open. She's ready.
I'm open. I'm ready. I'm searching for my sisters. I would like some brother-in-laws besides, Tara's boyfriend, Matthew. And
yeah,
that's it. Pop off. So that's on my list. And that concludes my list, by the way.
I have like so many more, but
okay. Why don't you pick the top 2?
I feel like I already kind of talked about like a few of the things. I also have to. The vet is it's almost my time. I've got to scoot on out, ladies and gentlemen. I have to respectfully tap out, but I'm glad you ended on that. So,
I don't really like to talk about that type of stuff, really, actually, ever in general, because Renee,
I know you don't.
Renee, we've talked about a few different things we want to talk about on the podcast, and I don't like to talk about relationship stuff.
I let those things just, I told her some of the topics that I think could be relatable and interesting, and we just, I let them die because I know you don't want to talk about it.
I think for some reason, when it comes to like my dating life, my relationship life, past, present, future, whatever it may be, I am like which is very weird. I'm pretty much an open book, but with that type of stuff, I'm very very, very, very close to my vest, and it's very, 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 very personal to me.
I get it.
So even this, like, I'm sweating right now. I'm talking about dating. I have no one in the queue, 0 in the queue, and I'm already anxious talking about it.
It's so wild. I told you that one of the podcasts I listened to, Pretty Basic, one of the girls on there, Alicia, she's an Aries, and you guys are literally like with the dating stuff, exactly the same.
Yeah, it's
exactly the same. She doesn't like the apps. She's very, very private about it. She's single.
Yeah.
I don't know her personally, but every time I listen to it, I'm like, oh my God, Brienne would 1,000,000% resonate with her.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone's just a unique flower, and so here we are. I'm just in my little garden. It's a unique flower. But yeah, that's definitely a big one on my list. So that's unfortunately I have no updates in terms of that. Maybe we'll go on the apps today. I'll try to, maybe, you know what I should do? This is where it gets so clinical for me, and this is why I hate this conversation, is like, maybe I actually should just put a timer on my phone and say, okay, I have to swipe until 10 minutes.
Yeah. Like, make it a game.
Fun. Yeah, no, that's definitely fun, forcing myself to do it.
No, well, I just...
I know.
Instead of it being like this dreadful thing that you're going on the phone to like swipe on the apps, just be like, okay, like I don't know, like I'm just find a way to make it a game. Like I'll swipe 15 people, or I'm gonna swipe until I find somebody I'm interested in.
Yeah,
something like that.
You're not wrong. All right, friends. Well, on that note, I'll keep you posted, but don't expect an update anytime soon because me being me will
It's
probably
okay.
be at our December check-in, and I'll be
Let's
still in the same
hope
place.
not.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
Let's
But
go
you
on
never
a
know.
date for sure. Let's go on at least one date. Let's say it here. Let's go on one date from now until the end of the year. Brianna,
Okay.
just one.
Let's just put a banner out on the dating apps. It says like we're not texting buddies, and then maybe someone will step up to the plate. It's unfortunate. All right, friends, we LOVEU, and we hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and rest of your week, and we will chit chattle daddle next week, whatever that is. Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay.